One, two, mic check. Mic check. Kwa sawa. One, two, mic check. Mic check. Kwa sawa. Mic check. Mic check. One, two, check. Mic check. Mic check. One, two, check.
Okay. Good afternoon, members. Good afternoon, members. Good afternoon, members. Good afternoon, members. Good afternoon, members.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, members. Good afternoon, members. Good afternoon, members.
Hello, good afternoon, members.
Okay. Our sincere apology. Good afternoon, members. And also our apology for starting late. We were waiting for the numbers, but we're good to start now. So I will be moderating the session even as we begin. And I wish to welcome all to our virtual Members Education Day for the Sacco for this year. So very quickly, I'll just give us an overview of the program, and then we'll start. We're going, after this, just start with a prayer. Then we have the presentations, and then we have the government officials speaking to us, the Dagoretti sub-county, and the county as well. And then we are also going to have a presentation by one of our partners, CS Insurance, and then we're going to have a Q&A session. And after that, any other matter arising, and then we call it a day. We are looking at about an hour and a half, so I think we'll be able to manage us to allow us to proceed with the events of the day. So without further ado, allow me to introduce briefly the members who are here of the board and the staff. On my right, they will wave. I have the chairman of the board, Duke. That's Duke Mayaka. On my left, we have Remik Muga, who heads the credit committee. Next to him, we have the supervisory chair, Elijah Ngugi. On the next, we have Frederick Nabuya, who is part of the education committee. He will wave. Thank you. Now, we also have members of staff presented here, and we will start with the CEO, James Odera, and we have Michael and Jeremy, and then we have Faith. So that's the team that's here. We are happy to be here just to ensure that members get educated this afternoon. So thank you and welcome. Let me allow now Remik to proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Can we pray? Father God, we are before your presence this afternoon. We want to thank you because of the gift of life. Thank you because of the gift of health. We want to thank you because of the opportunity that you've given us to gather in this place, in this platform, just to learn more about our Sacco. Thank you because of this Concord family that you've given us, dear Lord. We want to pray as we deliberate and as we learn this afternoon, King of our glory. We want to invite your presence that you may be together with us, guide us, enable us to get the right knowledge, the right guidance that is required, and that comes from you. In Jesus' name we pray and believe.
Thank you, Remik, for the prayer. So, and just to mention, the government officials, we are expecting, they're not here yet, but we hope by the time it is there, they will be here. So I will invite now the chair for his introduction and opening remarks. Is the chair to the board of directors, Duke Mayaka. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Patricia, program coordinator of the day. I also wish to welcome all of you to today's Education Day. So I've got a few remarks, and I'll address, and it's important also to note that this session will be recorded and will be available even after we are done for the day. So, Madam Dolphin Aremo, County Director of Cooperative,
Mr. Njoroge Mwangi, the Dagoretti Sub-County Cooperative Officer, fellow cooperators, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Board of Directors of Concord Regulated Non-Withdrawable Deposit Taking
Society Limited, it is my
grateful for your presence and commitment, especially in
taking time out of your busy schedules to join us virtually for this important occasion. As a living testament to one of the foundational cooperative principles, education,
information. The principle underscores our collective responsibility to foster informed participation, empower members with knowledge needed for effective decision-making, and ensure the ongoing growth of our society. By prioritizing education initiatives, we lay the groundwork for transparency, innovation, and sustainable development. Qualities that not only strengthen our organization, but also enable each member to thrive in the ever-changing world. It is through continual learning and open exchange that our cooperative spirit is renewed and our shared vision advanced. Today's Education Day is significant for three key reasons. It marks the second time we are convening this event in a virtual format, an approach that has become a valuable norm since the onset of COVID-19 pandemic. We proudly unveil the inaugural issue of our quarterly newsletter, a new communication channel designed to keep our members informed, engaged, and empowered. Most notably, this is our first official gathering since the successful registration of Concord Housing Cooperative Society in June this year. The decision to host this event virtually reflects our continued commitment to innovation, accessibility, and inclusivity. While we recognize the value of in-person interaction, we also embrace the visions and reach that virtual platforms offer. The launch of our quarterly newsletter is a milestone in our journey to enhance transparency and member engagement. This edition, released in this week, in the last week of August, contains valuable updates and insights. I encourage all members to read it and share your feedback through our established communication channels. The registration of the Concord Housing Cooperative Society is a proud achievement for our board and a testament of our shared vision. This initiative opens new avenues for member empowerment through affordable housing solutions. I urge all members to register in large numbers to enable us to convene the first annual general meeting later this month. Dear members, today's session is designed to be interactive and informative. I encourage you to participate actively, ask questions, and share your thoughts. Let us use this platform to deepen our understanding of the cooperative movement and strengthen our cooperative resolve to build a resilient and member-focused Sacco. With those remarks, it is now my honor to officially declare the 2025 Education Day of Concord Regulated and Withdrawable Deposit-Taking Sacco Society Limited duly opened. Thank you, and may we have a fruitful and engaging session. Thank you, members.
Thank you very much, the Chair. And even as we proceed, maybe I'll take a minute and just remind us of our meeting protocols, that we remain muted, and then we have the in-call message wall where we can all send messages or questions that we may have, or any comments. And Faith on site is taking care of just going through, picking the questions. She'll put them together and then they'll be responded to. So thank you very much. So moving quickly to the next agenda is the address by the Vice Chair, the Chairperson and Chair of Education Committee, who is Patricia. And just to acknowledge, that's me. Yeah, my name is Patricia Mutunga. I intentionally did not say my name at the beginning, but I will present I'm serving today two roles. I'm the coordinator and also the chairperson of the Education Committee. With me present today is also Frederick, our other member. Jane was not able to make it here. So remarks by the chairperson, Education and Business Development Committee on the occasion of Concord Regulated Non-Withdrawable WDT SAC Society Education Day today, the September 6, 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and esteemed members of Concord Sacco, good afternoon. On behalf of the Board of Directors and staff of Concord, non-regulated, non-withdrawable Sacco Society, I welcome you to our 2025 Education Day. Today, as I present this, I'm humbled and excited to share this momentous occasion with you. As we gather here to celebrate 46 incredible years of Concord Sacco's journey, let us take a moment to reflect on the profound impact it has had on our lives. Throughout these 4.5 decades, Concord Sacco has not only been a platform for savings, but also a catalyst for transforming the lives of our members. We have provided credit solutions that are interest-friendly, convenient and flexible, all enabling you to achieve your dreams. Education and Business Development Committee. The Education Committee is comprised of Mr. Frederick Nambuya, Ms. Jane Ngugi, and myself. And our primary responsibility is to educate and inform you, our members, on matters of importance to you as members of the Sacco. One of the values that we operate by is continuous improvement and being guided by what we have made positive product changes and improvement. We have made positive product changes and improvements over the last 1 year as follows. On membership, over the past year, we ran several promotions to boost our Sacco membership. I'm delighted to inform you that we have 1,760 active members. This was as at end of July 2025, a number which has grown from 1,632 active members when we started the year. We extend our heartfelt thanks to everyone who mentioned Concord to friends, family, and colleagues, and provided referrals that help new members to join. You are an essential part of our Sacco's growth, and you should be proud of your contribution. Technology. As Concord Sacco, we always strive to stay ahead with technology to provide you, our valued members, with the most effective and efficient services. That's why we are thrilled to announce that we are currently developing our very own mobile app. Here's a sneak preview at what you can expect. On balance inquiry, you'll be able to check your current balances in share capital, e-wallet, and deposit accounts, as well as any outstanding loan balances. Cash withdrawal. It will enable you easily withdraw funds from your e-wallet account, either to yourself or to a third party. Member deposits. You can deposit funds directly from your M-Pesa account to your e-wallet, or from your e-wallet to your member deposits, junior accounts, or any other savings scheme. Loan repayments. You'll be able to repay loans using funds from your e-wallet or M-Pesa account. Loan calculator. You'll be able to calculate loan amounts and repayment details for mobile loans. Loan request. You will be able to initiate loan requests for mobile loans directly through the app. Mini statement request. You will also be able to obtain mini statements to review recent transactions and account activities. To change your PIN, you'll be able to enhance your security by changing your PIN anytime. The app is set to launch at the beginning of this September, so stay tuned and get ready for a new level of convenience. Corporate social responsibility. At Concord Sacco, we recognize our responsibility to give back to society and strive to make it a better place. This is why we diligently organize our annual CSR activities. We want to express our heartfelt thanks to all you, our members, for agreeing to support this initiative by passing the proposal to double contribution from 100 to 200 shillings from your rebates. This year, we collected 248,000 shillings, up from 122,000 last year. This year's CSR activity will take place on the 8th of November 2025. We shall invite you to participate and propose children's homes to visit as the day approaches. Your generosity makes significant difference, and we deeply appreciate all that you do. Loan repayment and default. We are currently facing very difficult economic times with the cost of living skyrocketing. In spite of these circumstances, most of you have diligently continued to repay your loans on time. I want to express my heartfelt appreciation to each one of you. Your commitment and responsibility to repay are the pillars of our success. For those who have been guarantors to defaulted loans, we encourage you to share information on the whereabouts of those defaulters so that we can actively pursue them to repay their loans. Housing Society. We finally managed to have the Concord Housing Cooperative Society registered in June 2025. There will be a presentation on this item later in the program, I think by the CEO, the management presentation. In conclusion, I want to acknowledge that true heroes in this room or in this chat group. You are our beloved members. Without your trust, support, and loyalty, we would not be celebrating the remarkable milestone we have seen over the past year. As we move forward, let us continue changing lives through our unwavering commitment to becoming a world-class financial solutions provider, empowering each one of you to achieve our financial dreams. Thank you all. Patricia Mutunga, the Vice Chair of the Board and Chair to the Education and Business Development Committee. Thank you, members, for listening to me. If you allow me, then we'll move now to the presentation by management. Thank you. Thank you, members. As we set up the management presentation, any reactions and comments, please post them in the in-call messages. Faith is on standby just to take the comments or any questions. Yeah, thank you, members. We are setting up the presentation from the Secretariat. Bear with us. You can see that some comments in the in-call message.
Good afternoon, members. Thank you, Chair of the Sacco and Chair of the Education Committee. We welcome you to this session that is very important to us. And we'll straight away start by making the opening welcome note to the members as we set up the screen. So we take this early opportunity to welcome all new members aboard. Concord Sacco is not just about opening an account. It is about becoming part of a supportive community where we grow, thrive, and succeed together. Here, you are not just a member, you are a shareholder. That means your voice matters, your goals matter, and your financial journey is a shared mission. Whether you are saving for the future, looking for affordable loans, or exploring investment opportunities, we've got you covered. So get ready to enjoy the benefits of teamwork, trust, and growth. We are here to support you every step of the way. Welcome aboard, and cheers to new beginnings with Concord Sacco. I would like to say something about biodata. Biodata basically is your details that we have as a Sacco, how we identify you. So these details are very important to us, and in order to serve you better and ensure smooth communication, we keep on reminding you to always update your biodata whenever there are changes, whether it is your phone number, email address, postal address, next of kin, or any other important information. Always keep us informed so that we can be able to update your data with the latest information. Next of kin versus beneficiary. Let me just highlight the difference between these two, because most of the times people confuse next of kin to mean the same thing as beneficiary. So next of kin is basically your contact person, that person that can take care of your estate on behalf of your beneficiary. The beneficiary is the person who ultimately will benefit from your estate. That means, in our sense here, your estate is basically your savings. So in case of the unfortunate incident of the demise of a member, the beneficiary is the person to whom we shall transfer the savings. The next of kin is just a contact person, and in most cases, next of kin exists where the beneficiary is a minor. That means is under the age of 18 years. So we always strive to ensure your growth, and with this, security always comes first. So help us to serve you better by keeping your information current. Why keep biodata updated? Number one is for timely communication. This will ensure that you will always receive communication from us, notices and updates in good time. Number two, for accurate records. Accurate records will guarantee that your personal information is correct and up to date. Number three, protect savings and loans. Correct details safeguards your finances and your guarantors. Yeah, where your details are not correct, we might find challenges. Whether we are refunding you or maybe transferring money to your beneficiary, and the details are not correct, we might have problems there. And then last but not least is for faster service. This makes it easier for us to serve you quickly and efficiently. I hope I'm not moving too fast. And the team is also here to record any areas that you require clarity, or any questions that might arise. We shall address them at the end of the presentation. On the power of saving with the Sacco, Concord Sacco, here we believe that saving is the first step towards financial freedom. for you to be able to accumulate wealth, you must save. You will not be able to accumulate wealth if you don't save for yourself. So saving prepares you for tomorrow so that you're able to achieve your dreams and enjoy your peace of mind. That's why we have designed saving schemes to suit different needs for you and your family. So we have different types of saving schemes, actually 3. The first one is non-withdrawable deposits. This is the traditional savings that any member of a SACCO must make if you are a member of the SACCO. So these savings build your financial strength. They not only grow your wealth, but also facilitate your access to affordable loans. During our recent AGM, these deposits were increased from a minimum of 2,500 per month to Kenya shillings 3,000 per month minimum. You can save more than that. There is no maximum. So this is a step towards strengthening your SACCO and gives you a higher borrowing power. So these non-withdrawable deposits are the ones you use to borrow, and also you always recall that you get some rebates on them at the end of the year. So you cannot underscore the importance of non-withdrawable deposits. We also have a savings scheme for the junior members, actually children of members, junior account holding. This account is especially designed for your children's future. By introducing them to early savings culture, you are essentially laying a strong foundation for their education and financial discipline. A brighter tomorrow starts with small steps today, and the minimum amount is 500 shillings per month and are accessible on demand. That means if you need to withdraw this money, you can just give us a notice and we will pay you the same within 24 hours. That is as opposed to the non-withdrawable deposits which I started with. Those ones you'll have to give us 2 months notice and are only refundable upon exit from the SACCO. That is when you're resigning to leave the SACCO. So the third type of savings, we have the holiday savings. Holiday savings account. So these ones helps you put money aside gradually so that you can enjoy a well-deserved break without financial strain. Save a little now and relax a lot later. These savings are withdrawable on demand also, just like the junior savings account. So why save? We always have emergencies in life. So when an emergency comes up and you have nothing, the life is likely to be very tough. So savings ensure that you have a safety net in case you have an emergency. You will have something to sort yourself out with. So savings also gives you access to affordable loans. You know, the model of a SACCO is that you cannot get a loan if you don't have savings. And the amount of loans you can have is based on the amount of savings you have when you consider the multiplier parameter. So the more you have saved, the higher the amount of loans you can have based on the multiplier. So it also inculcates financial discipline. Those people who save are likely to be people who are disciplined financially because it's not that they have nothing to spend the money on, but they have that discipline to sacrifice and save for the future. And it also helps you to achieve your goals, because once you save and you have the finances, you can be able to pursue your goals without much trouble. We also celebrate our top savers. Since we believe that saving is the key to financial freedom, we take a moment to recognize and appreciate our high savers who contribute to inspire us all. Your commitment to consistent saving not only secures your future but also strengthens our Sacco, gives us the power to serve members better and grow together. Members who save high ensure that the Sacco has liquidity and the money is available for other members to borrow. And also, as a high saver, you're likely to enjoy access to high loan amounts. That is, you have a strong borrowing power. You have greater financial security. You can be able to secure a lot of you can be able to secure your own loans using your own savings. And also, you have that pride of leading by example. You become a good example to others and you encourage people to save. So to all our dedicated savers, we celebrate you. Your discipline and vision show that with small, steady steps, big dreams can be achieved. Let's all be inspired to save more, invest wisely, and build a brighter tomorrow with Concord Sacco. I would like to mention something about importance of paying loans on time. So we value trust and responsibility that comes with the lending. So while taking a loan is a great step towards achieving your goals, it is equally important to repay regularly and on time. When you pay on time, you are making the money available for others who also need to borrow to build themselves. You all realize that we don't borrow money from the bank to give loans to members. The money that we give members is members' own savings. So if we give out these savings and the money is not paid back, it means other members will be constrained in terms of accessing loans. So we really appeal to guarantors and all members who take loans to ensure that the loans are paid on time. And to guarantors, in case you've guaranteed somebody who has defaulted on their loans, please share the information on their whereabouts with the office so that they can be pursued to make good their defaults. Importance of paying loans on time. Why pay loans on time? Number one is for good credit rating. It builds trust with Concord and other financial institutions. Sorry. Credit rating is the norm these days. We have credit reference bureaus. And every month we send financial information about all our loanees to our credit reference bureau, our CRB. And the reason for this is for you to be able to be rated in terms of credit worthiness. Some people wrongly believe that when you default is when your name is taken to CRB. That is not the case. Every person who accesses a loan in this republic should have their details sent to CRB for credit rating. So if your credit rating is good, there will be a green light. If your credit rating is bad, it's a red light, just like the traffic lights. So having information in CRB is good for the member, because you might want to borrow money elsewhere from maybe a bank or another institution, and they'll always make that reference. And if your reference is green, then you're good to go. So the other reason why it's important to pay loans on time is the continued access to loans. Your door will always be open for future affordable borrowing if you pay your loans on time. The third reason, it protects guarantors because it prevents unnecessary financial strain on those who supported you by guaranteeing you to get the loan. So if you don't pay your loan, what it means is that these guarantors might have their savings deducted to service your loan. And in that case, you are really making them lose what they have really struggled for long to save. They have sacrificed to save, and for them to come and get deducted for loans that they guaranteed you is not something that needs to happen. That's quite unfair, and we need to protect our guarantors by paying our loans. Then lastly but not least, when you pay your loans on time, it means the Sacco remains strong. It ensures sustainability and growth for all members. In terms of regulation, we'll be in good books with the regulator since our non-performing loans will be within the required threshold. So those are the ways that paying loans on time can benefit both the member and the Sacco. So what are the consequences of defaulting on loans? The first consequence is to the guarantors. So if a loanee fails to pay, guarantors will be forced to cover the loan, thus straining their finances and also the relationship between the guarantor and the defaulter. So that is the first consequence. Guarantors will suffer. The second consequence is to the loanee or the defaulter himself or herself. You may lose access to future loans, face penalties, and damage your reputation within the Sacco and other financial institutions. Also, your reputation between you and those people who guaranteed you generally will not be good. So persistent default on loan can lead to unpleasant recovery measures, including legal action. We all want to avoid such occurrences by ensuring that we pay our loans on time. Consequences of defaulting, the third one, SASRA, the regulator. High levels on non-performing loans draw the attention of the regulator, and this may attract unpleasant, unwarranted sanctions. You all know that from our AGMs, we've always had an item called provisioning for loan loss, and this is as a result of defaulted loans. This provisioning is a requirement by law. SASRA is a government agency, and they operate based on law. So we have no option but to make those provisions as long as our non-performing loans are high. And the effect of those provisions is that whatever comes back to you as a member from the surplus that we make is eaten up by those provisioning, and then you end up getting low interest rates on deposits. This can be avoided by ensuring that we all pay our loans, and I really appeal once again to guarantors. If you've guaranteed somebody who is on default, we usually send messages here, automated messages to guarantors. If you know anyone who has defaulted and you guaranteed them, please share the information on their whereabouts so that we can pursue them. The other consequence is on CRB listing. So being listed with CRB as a defaulter is a negative thing, and it will block you from accessing loans from other financial institutions. So please, to avoid these consequences, let us once again pay our loans on time. Now that I've talked about paying our loans on time, we have various payment options. And this is not only for loans, even deposits. The first one is the M-Pesa option. When you go to the M-Pesa menu on your phone, you select Lipa na M-Pesa, choose Pay Bill, then enter the business number, which is 522-400. Then the account number, which is your Sacco membership number. Enter the amount you wish to pay, enter your M-Pesa PIN and press OK. You will receive a confirmation message from M-Pesa and from Concord Sacco. Always remember that your PIN is your secret. Never ever share your PIN with anybody when you do those transactions. Payment options by bank. We have 2 bank accounts. Essentially there are 3, but I'm sure most of us will be using 2 of them. The first bank is Cooperative Bank of Kenya Limited. The account name is Concord Sacco Limited. Account number is 0112 0000. Those are 4 zeros. 543 900. Branch is Westlands. The second bank is the National Commercial Bank of Africa Limited, or NCBA. Account name Concord Sacco Society Limited. Account number 955-968-0015. Branch The Mall, Westlands. After making a deposit, kindly share the transaction details with our office or via SMS or email for confirmation and receipting and updating your account. We have another dollar account, although that's not very important for now because a lot of us are within the Republic and we are using the Kenya shillings accounts. These bank details and the pay bill details are available. You can, if you didn't get them, you can always contact us. We'll provide them. There's also a mobile payment app. We have a mobile app which has a payment option. You can either use the USSD, or the USSD is *477#. This is where you access the mobile loans from. You dial the *477# on your phone, select the service you want, e.g. repay loan, request loan, check your balances, deposit shares. There are other more services, and even withdrawal from the e-wallet, and then you just follow the prompts. So the option of the mobile app, you download the app from the Google Play Store or App Store, then register or log in using your Sacco membership details. Navigate to payments or deposit section. Follow the prompts to make the payments that you want to do. From the member portal, you can access the member portal using that HTTPS as shown on the screen. Then you can make payments, maybe savings, loan repayments, and deposits. You can view and download your account statements. You can see your guarantors and guaranteed loans. You can check loan balances and transactions history from the portal. Then payment options are based on the Member Sacco portal. Once you access the portal using that link, you can press the click on the member login, enter your username and password, then use the dashboard to make payments, track your account activity, view statements, and guarantor information. So if you haven't registered, please contact the Sacco office to get your login credentials via info@concordsacco.com and those telephone numbers given, the official telephone numbers of the Sacco. So probably I would like to pause there for a moment because the next presentation is about the Concord housing, so that maybe we can address questions that could have been received by now. So in the meantime, I can hand over back to the Chair of Education.
Thank you very much, Bwana CEO, for reminding us why we need to update our biodata, why we need to save, how to take loans and repay them, and not just repay, but repay promptly. And then you've also taken us through how to pay and the different ways we can pay. And just also to mention to members, I think our website is updated, so we can go ahead and just any other information that we need, we will find it there. But I wish to give this opportunity to Faith to give us just, we can respond to 2 or 3 questions that might have been posted, and then before we proceed. Thank you, members. Faith will just read and then we'll respond.
Hello, members. This is Faith. I'll start with our first question, which comes from Charlton. What strategy is in place to grow membership of the Sacco? That is our first question. Our second question is from STL. Can one take a junior account for a relative child under my account? That is our second question. Members, kindly keep your questions coming so that we can answer them together. Because right now we've only received 2 questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the questions. The first question is about the growth strategies for the Sacco. Number one, you realize that this Sacco started as a Sacco for members within the aviation industry, but several years ago, we opened the common bond to include individual members. That was our strategy to grow membership when we realized that the aviation industry was not growing at the expected rate. So we opened up the common bond. That was number one. Number two, we keep on targeting new members by coming up with occasional strategies. Like now, as we speak, we have a campaign that last month in August, where we have reduced the entrance fees from 2,500 to 1,500, just for this 1 month period, on the importance of joining SACCOs and saving. So basically, those 3 are among some of the strategies.
Thank you very much, Chair, and especially on quite a number of members who are leaving and others joining. But all the same, additionally to what the CEO, James, has said, is that we have a different approach, where we are reminding members on just the basics. Other than that, then we're also looking at engaging. We have ambassadors, about almost 10 of them, and they're going to drive in the 4th quarter, the last quarter of this year, to drive just a recruitment drive across the country. So we are hoping by the end of the year, the numbers will have changed. Actually, from our targets, we've hit, but we keep asking ourselves, can we go? Other than that, then we note that now we're also looking at different approaches. Where are we drawing our members from? And as mentioned, then the common bond was opened. And we have a lot of young people who also need to be taught how to save. And this, for us, we also view them as a target group, because then the earlier we encourage these young people to save, then of course then they will be the ones, you know, to lead the Sacco in another few years. So these are the strategies we have currently, but we are open to receive ideas even from members just to grow. But that's what we are looking at currently. Thank you very much. Yes. Well, I'll take it back to the CEO for the junior account. Thank you.
Thank you, members. Just to add on what the chair has indicated, is that we also have recruitment drives in specific areas. Like this year, we had a recruitment drive at JKIA, where the CEO and a few members of the staff were actually doing recruitment drive at JKIA. We also have our social media platforms that are used for purposes of recruitment, and we can encourage non-members to actually access our social media, can actually recruit, because the Sacco is open to everyone, not only for the aviation personnel. So each of us can actually recruit their family members, their friends, their colleagues into the Sacco. And that will be a strategy to grow our society. Thank you.
The second question was on junior accounts, where the member asked whether they can open a junior account for a relative. So my understanding of this question is probably maybe their biological child. We have not been looking at it from that perspective, but I think it is something that we can consider. Though at personal level, I don't think there is any problem, because it's about saving and promoting the culture in the young people. So you can be able to promote that culture for any child, not necessarily your own child. So for the member who asked this question, and any other member who might be interested, I encourage you to come to the office. We look at the possibility of doing this. If there is anything that is barring us from doing it, then we can see how we work around it to ensure that it can happen. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We'll just get, I think there's one or more two questions we can respond to before we proceed with the presentation.
The second question is from Peter. For how long should I save with Concord Sacco to qualify for a loan? Then the next one is from Vincent. Can you briefly share more about Concord Housing Cooperative? Thank you.
So thank you, Peter, for the question. And Vincent, your question will come should be part of the next session of the presentation, but the CEO will respond to Peter, and then Vincent, then we can proceed to the presentation was not done, so the CEO will proceed and answer you in the process. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter, for your question. Ordinarily, a member is supposed to pay for 6 months, save for 6 consecutive months before you qualify for a loan. And within those 6 consecutive months, you are saving at least the minimum that will require you to save, which is 3,000 shillings per month. However, we have recently introduced some other products. So maybe we move to the second part of the presentation, but we are still taking questions. Keep on posting them so that after the second part of this presentation, we can be able to take those questions. So we are moving to Concord Housing Cooperative Society. That is the full name. Concord House, set up to goes to other to get a clean deal. Otherwise, when you do it on your own, you might end up buying property that is already sold to other people, and then problems come along. So basically, it is for members to pool savings together and acquire property together. And with that, there's usually very good background check and due diligence that is done before a property is bought. So as we speak, we have a Concord Housing Cooperative Society in place. And how does housing work? You must first register by join by registering and making monthly contributions, although that one will be dependent upon the board that will be elected after the first AGM. They will decide on the frequency of contributions. So number one, most importantly, you must register as a member. And you register as a member by paying 5,000 shillings registration fees, and then the share capital is 10,000 shillings. So members' savings are pooled together to buy land or build homes. Plots or houses are allocated based on contribution, joining order or balloting. You can decide whichever order you are going to use to allocate plots or houses. Whether it is through the order of contribution, whether depending on who contributed first or who joined first, or balloting. Sometimes a lot of circles that do housing use balloting. Ownership documents like title deeds are issued once payments are complete. And then they are managed by an elected committee. That's the Housing Society. Housing Cooperative Society is managed by an elected committee with members participating in AGMs to make key decisions. So when we'll be having our first AGM of the Housing Society later this month, those who have registered are the ones who will be at the AGM, and they're the ones who will make those key decisions. They will elect a committee to manage the Housing Cooperative Society. So the Cooperative Society can apply for a loan to fast-track projects, probably from a bank or whichever institution, so that they fast-track projects just in case members are not able to contribute quickly enough. So such loans will be repaid by members, maybe through their monthly contributions or any other means. Monthly contributions is based on the assumption that somebody is on payroll and earns monthly income. The benefits of joining Housing Society: there will be competitive pricing through collective bargaining. Here you're going to buy land together and you will have collective bargaining so that you at least get a good price for the land. Then there can be a flexible payment plan. Sometimes raising lump sum amounts can be a problem, so the solution to that is to make payment plans where you pay in bits over. So there is legal support, and all the documents that are required are put in place so that you ensure that your investment process. And since this housing society is registered, your interests are taken care of. It's not just some kind of a pyramid scheme that is not being supervised by anyone. This one is a government, and whoever is running it, the details are the government. So in case of any problems, the members' interests are protected. So we is coming up later this month. So we are really encouraging members to register 10,000 shillings. The share capital, you might have to stagger it. 10,000 immediately, you can stagger it and pay it within several installments. That one will be clarified later. Then how to make the payment, you can make the transfer to the Concord Sacco cooperative bank account in 100, and then you use your name or membership number as the account number. After payment, you notify us via email or any other communication that is accessible to you, so that we are aware that that payment is, and we are using Concord Sacco bank account in the meantime. Once the first AGM is held and the Concord Housing has a bank account, we shall transfer all the monies received on their behalf from Concord Sacco to Concord Housing. So in brief, that is what it is all about. So let the questions keep on coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much, James, for the presentation on the housing. And I hope, Vincent, that you're answered. But I note we have one question that has come up. And I think there's a member who has asked if we can lower the joining fees for the housing. I would like to invite the chairman to the board to respond to that question. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Patricia and Bwana CEO. In respect to the joining fee, one of the prerequisites or requirements we had to meet is to submit our documentation and to the ministry for us to be registered. 5,000 shillings for the Concord housing was a fair amount, and we cannot be in a position at this time to lower it, because the approval was given on that basis that the registration fee shall be 5,000 shillings and a share capital of 10,000. So if we meet we could have not been able to meet the prerequisites of the registration. Even as we register, we are required to make certain payments to the ministry so that we could be able to qualify. So it is not possible for us to lower the amount any further than 5,000 shillings. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. I think, STL, you're saying that the mic is dropping. Are we okay? You can give us a thumbs up just to show if we're okay. We are communicating. Thank you. I'll just check quickly with Faith if we have any more questions coming up, or we pack them towards the end. Yeah, we can pack the questions for Q&A. But I want to appreciate the presentation. I think now we are more informed about the housing, the Concord housing, and how to go about it. So thank you, members. We wish to proceed with our agenda for the day. Yeah. Yes, we wish to invite now to CIC, one of our partners, to make their presentation. If you notice, we've just changed a bit, and then we have the government officials speaking to us after the CIC presentation. Thank you. CIC, it is your time. On to that, I think during the thank you, Manasseh, that is noted. STL, even as the CEO was presenting, he said that we can pay the register. Okay, that is in affirmative to your question. Thank you. CIC, are we ready? Please, let's mute. We are waiting for CIC. Would like to acknowledge the presence of Madam Dolphin Aremo, the Director of Cooperative, Nairobi County, and Njoroge Mwangi, the Sub-County Cooperative Officer, Dagoretti. Karibuni.
Thank you for that. My name is Jacinta Mora Bosire. I work in CIC and I head training and product development, working with the cooperatives societies, just like you, Concord. And thank you for the opportunity that you have given us this afternoon just to engage with you and your members. So I want to, of course, recognize the board of Concord Sacco. I recognize the CEO, Mr. James, and I also recognize all the members and any invited guests. And my work is just simple, to just give a brief of who we are before I invite the main trainer for the day. But before I do that, I want to recognize the presence of my colleagues, Liz Muihaki, who handles the SACCO as a relationship person from CIC. Thank you. And I also want to recognize Country Lwaka from CIC as well. Thank you. So I don't know whether I'm able to share. Let me see. All right. I'll just take maybe 5 minutes just to tell you who we are before I invite Mr. Lwaka. So we are CIC. We are the leading cooperative insurer in Africa, and we provide insurance and financial services with a key focus on the cooperative sector. We are in South Sudan, we are in Uganda, we are in Malawi, we are also here in Kenya, and our purpose as an insurer is to enable people achieve financial security, and you will see that from the training that will be conducted later on. And our vision is to be a world-class provider of insurance and other financial services. We are also led by values, that is integrity, dynamism, performance, and cooperation. Just as I talked about our footprint, and we are heavily anchored in the cooperative sector. We are owned by the cooperative sector, about 75% shareholding. And from that, Cooperative Bank owns about 25%. This just goes to show that we are very stable and we are very strong And I know Concord is also one of our key shareholders, and we want to appreciate that partnership that you have given us and the support even through the business that you have given us. So in terms of financially, we are doing quite well, again, because of the support from cooperative sector, where last year our profit was 3.9 billion and our insurance revenue stood at 26.3 billion, and our asset base stands at 70 billion currently. We offer a wide range of products. We insure property and assets. These are buildings. We insure any equipment. For example, as a SACCO in your office, you might have laptops, you have cameras, you have phones. So we can insure all that. Any goods that are in transit, any stock, especially for our agricultural-based cooperatives. We also handle crop and livestock, as well as any money that is held in the office or that is being moved from maybe the office to the bank and vice versa. We are also in the motor insurance, where we insure, vehicles, saloons, trucks and trailers, vans, ambulances, fire trucks. We insure all that. We also insure employees, like the staff currently in Concord Sacco. We have the Work Injury Benefit Act. We have a group personal accident. We have the medical covers, both for corporates and even individually. If you have a family, or even if you're just by yourself and you wish to be covered medically, you can also talk to us. We also have legal liability insurances. If you are in any professional field and you need insurance, we also have that. We can also come in to insure your board members against any risks from decisions that can be made and money is lost. We have all that. Thank you so much for the business that you gave us, where we've insured the loans and deposits that are held by the members. And this insurance covers death and permanent total disability of the members. Should a member unfortunately have death, but death is here with us. And for sustainability of our cooperatives, it's very important that the loans are secured, loans are insured, and that is the service that we currently offer to Concord. So we've insured your loans and deposits against death and permanent total disability. Any member who passes away and there's an outstanding loan, we come in and compensate the SACCO so that we avoid any bad debts. We also have other financial services where you can invest with us. We have unit trusts under our CIC asset management subsidiary. Our money market is quite popular in the market. And we also have other personal-based insurance products. So what we are offering as our value, as our shareholder, as our customer, is that we have a very wide basket of products, and these are customized to meet the needs of cooperatives and cooperators. We are assuring you that we are going to offer very good services in terms of our relationship management and very good and excellent customer service. We also add value to our customers through regular trainings, just like what we are going to do in the next few minutes. We are also investing quite heavily in technology and innovation, and we have a very wide branch network. So if you are in Kisumu, if you're in Mombasa, you can always access our services through any of those branches. So mine is to congratulate Concord for all the achievements that you have made so far, and I'm glad to hear the conversation on youth, how you're trying to target the youth just to ensure that Concord is here in the next, 20, 30 years. That's a key focus area of the cooperative movement. So allow me to now welcome my colleague, Mr. Luaka, to take us through the next session. Thank you so much, and karibu, Luaka.
Thank you very much, Jacinta, and good afternoon. Somebody confirm they can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Country. Luaka, we can.
All right. So thank you very much, Concord Fraternity, the board, the CEO, and members, and even any invited guests for according us this opportunity just to share with you. And I'm very much privileged to have this session. My name is Confrey Luaka. I'm in charge of training, alternative channels. As Jacinta has put it, we are really doing a lot in terms of partnerships. We are partnering with the SACCOs, we are partnering with banks, we're also partnering with the brokers just to ensure that we are driving our insurance products through the networks that have been developed with our partners. So one of the things that we do is to continually train so that we can get empowered, and empowerment comes with, with a lot of informed decision making, and that is a key driving factor for our business. So allow me just to share my slides. Wow. Hello, is my screen up? Mara, please confirm.
No, Luaka, we can't see it.
Okay. And now?
Yes, now it is visible. Maybe you can put it on presentation mode.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes technology can really humble us. I'm not sure whether it can even move. Let me prepare it again. Maura, can I share with you so that you can help me project it? Because I think I'm technologically challenged from my end.
I think we can see it. Or are you having any challenge?
Yes, I think my machine is misbehaving, so I can't even be able to move it.
Okay, you can share it.
Let me share with you on WhatsApp, then you help me project.
Okay.
Thank you, CIC team. Thank you, CIC team. Maybe even as you share, somebody else shares, you can start speaking through it. As we await for CIC, maybe I can just mention as we set up. Being our partners, I think Bosire had mentioned that we've partnered through the Loan Guard, and maybe members, I can just mention that the benefits that accrue, and also for our knowledge. And I think this, as mentioned, I think Bosire mentioned something about death, and this covers the loans when death happens. And 50,000 is paid to the beneficiaries. 100,000 shillings. It works as of.
Excuse, we can't hear you. You are muted.
Sorry, my apology, members. Yeah. As we wait for CIC to
in the accumulation stage is insurance in terms of priority. So area number one of accumulation is insurance. Why is it important at this particular time? Remember, most of us at this particular time when we get to our first job, we have nothing in our own name. We have no property under our own name. Anything, unless you are somebody please mute. Through dividends, and dividends are declared as a percentage of your deposits and maybe shares. So it is the best time for you to start accumulating some funds in the Sacco for you to enjoy dividends, and also Sacco gives people affordable loans, because you will agree with me that the interest rates outside there are crazy. So if you're not in a Sacco, you're likely to be exposed to such high interest rates. So we encourage people to join the Sacco. Then number three, area to accumulate your funds in, start developing your emergency fund. And an emergency fund is a fund that you create that should you have an emergency, within 24 hours, you're able to access the money and sort out an emergency. Some of the areas that you put in your emergency fund could be MMF, the money market fund. As Jacinta has mentioned, we have a very popular money market fund. You can also decide to put some money in M-Pesa. You can also decide to put money even in the Sacco as an emergency fund, or even in the bank account. Why? Because it is safe. You need to develop your emergency fund to a level that it can take care of your 6 months expenses should something happen to your employer. So emergency fund is a very key area at this time. Then lastly, it is the right time for you to start your retirement journey. And this is a place that many times I've differed with some guys within this bracket, because you realize that you're telling someone to start their retirement journey, and yet maybe they've just gotten their first pay slip. So someone asks you, are you even making sense? It's not gotten my first salary, and you're telling me to start thinking about retirement. And I normally just ask, we are not saying that it's bad to spoil yourself. Yeah, and when you're investing here, you're creating what you call a passive income. Probably the policy you took up in the first stage has matured, or the money you started accumulating in the Sacco school. So right now, cannot account for it. So the real thing here is, if you did not accumulate in the first stage, in the second stage, there are no shortcuts. You'll have just to start accumulating. However difficult it seems, it is the only because they are doing their mathematics and realizing that they are not too about it. it is just about planning, because the bottom line about finances is, it is not about how much you are earning. It is not about the size of your payslip. It is just an attitude that you need to prepare people in advance and start putting aside and be financially balanced. Yeah, because you find someone tells you, I'm in a money market, I don't need an education policy, I don't need this and that. And some of them, they realize that that money market can only serve a specific purpose. A money market fund is very well for an emergency fund. Yeah. Then there is the last stage that not so many people get to that stage. Or rather, depends with how well you planned yourself in the first 3 stages. That is what will dictate how you will be living in the last stage of 60 years onward. This is simply what we call the consumption/utilization stage. You are retired, you have low energy levels, aging gracefully, and managing lifestyle diseases. Yeah, this is where now you can no longer work. You are retired. Your energy levels are at their lowest. Yeah, you're supposed to be aging gracefully and managing lifestyle diseases. And you will agree with me that at this particular time, these lifestyle diseases you're talking about, they're not only just expensive to treat, but to maintain. Because some of them are not treatable. You just have to maintain them. So what happens if you did not, when people were accumulating in the first stage, you did not accumulate. So when people were investing, you had nothing to invest. When people were trying to consolidate, you had nothing to consolidate. Now at consumption stage, life becomes a nightmare. Life becomes really a nightmare. And that is why statistics has it that a lot of Kenyan retirees, instead of now them going to relax, it's now going home to start looking for other opportunities. And this explains why you realize in some cases in the villages, someone has been a policeman for a very long time. Then at retirement, they want to go back at the nearest primary school and become a watchman. I mean, it is the simplest explanation. It's because these are guys that never planned according to their times. So they've been caught up at retirement and they still have some responsibilities to take care of. Some of us, we think that at retirement, our kids will be our retirement plans. And sometimes I ask people this very simple question. When last did you send money to your parents back at home? And if you did so, can they survive on what you sent them? So what makes you think your children will be a retirement package? So guys, it's about planning and making sure that you are aligning your goals with your finances correctly. Then here we have a slide here that is showing some guys that do not make decisions. At 2022, when you tell somebody start, they tell you I'll start tomorrow. 2042, they are slightly aged. They'll tell you I'll start tomorrow. Even at 2062, tell these guys start investing and saving, they tell you I'll start tomorrow. Then probably somewhere in 2082, when they are old enough and very bent, they are saying I should have started. So my final slide here tells me that the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, but the second best time is now. So up to that, ladies and gentlemen, I think I will stop there and just wish to apologize once again for the technology hiccup. I hope that in future we're going to have much better sessions, very well planned and arranged for a successful training. So up to that, I just want to hand over back to Jacinta so that probably we can take in some questions and guide us to the next part of the meeting. Thank you, and Jacinta, pick up.
Thank you. Luaka, we were able to at least share the screen towards the end of your presentation. But as you said, sometimes technology does us some disservice. But that was a very good presentation. Thank you so much for reminding us to start our financial journey early enough, especially as we gear towards retirement. And I think for the members who are here, I think they're on the right track just by being members of Concord, meaning that they are aware of the importance and the need to invest and save for tomorrow. So I think we can take any questions, maybe another 2 to 3 minutes. I know time is not on our side, But should you have a burning question, we can take it now. But through the chairman of the board, we would like to still partner with you in matters value addition through education. We have very many ways to impart knowledge and education to the cooperative sector. We are very passionate about that sector as CIC. So I don't know whether there is any question that has come through, either through the chat, before I hand this over back to the CEO.
Thank you very much, CIC team, and for that amazing presentation by Luaka.
Okay. I think we can end it there, Luaka, and just assure Concord of our commitment to support the Sacco and the larger cooperative movement as we work towards developing this sector even more. Thank you, and back to you, CEO. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jacinta and your team, for the presentation. And I think we had one question just before you leave. Are you able to take a question very quickly? Jacinta, you're on mute.
Sorry, what was the question?
There's a question, just hold on. It will be asked by one of the board members. Just hold on.
Thank you, Jacinta. The presenter talked about retirement and managing lifetime diseases. Do you have a product in relation to retirement medical insurance?
Citizens. These are our members who have already retired at the age of 60. We have developed it and customized it to meet the needs of these senior citizens because their needs are quite special and unique. So yes, we do have a medical product for our retirees called a Seniors Mediplan. So I think I can share more information to you, CEO, so that you can distribute the same. We can take it up on behalf of our parents or for our parents, because I know when our parents are ill in any way, we are the ones who carry that burden. So you can transfer that risk to us. So it is both inpatient and outpatient. It caters for bills arising from any inpatient cases or any outpatient cases. It also caters to what Luaka was talking about, the lifestyle diseases. These are the chronic ailments. It also caters to such ailments. It's very, very comprehensive. So yes, maybe what we can do, we can put either I can put my contacts on the chat, and the particular member can engage me for further information. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Jacinta. And even as we await your contact, maybe just any other member who would have a question or would be more interested to know about CIC and the products that they offer, we can channel them through the office as well, through the CEO or our email, the info. And then we can all be, because we are partners and working together, then we can all also benefit. But Jacinta, even as you leave, we want to say thank you very much, and your team for just educating us on what you offer, and maybe also of benefit to the members would be just for them to understand what sort of partnership we have. And the matters risk management, I think what we've taken as a Sacco on your behalf is the loan guard, which...
sorry, you are not audible. I think there was an issue with the technology once again. Come again?
Yes, I said, Jacinta and your team, thank you very much. And I just wanted to remind our members the partnership that we have with yourselves and how it And I think for us as a SACCO is matters risk management. And I remember you spoke when you were just introducing, at your introduction, you were talking about death, as much as we don't want to talk about it. But what we've done is we've safeguarded the loans, especially against death through the plan that we have, which is the loan guard. And what we have is once a member passes on, then there's 100,000 paid as a funeral rider. And what we do, even for our membership, we give 50,000 immediately to the beneficiaries. And then the shares are paid twice. The number of shares are paid twice to the beneficiary. So this, again, we see it as a very good partnership, and we hope to continue working together. And even now, the questions that are coming up, we see also opportunities where our members can benefit. Just even as before we release you, I think we've learned that, and we liked Luaka's presentation on just what to do when we are young, which is our next focus. The normally called the Gen Zs, that generation, but also it's not too late. I think there's someone who keeps saying, Pali umeamka, that's your morning. So I think our morning can be at whatever age, and we secure what we have saved through insurance, but also the SACCO comes along as a very good saving avenue, and you can also take loans. And critical is that there are benefits. We have the dividends that you earn every year, and the loans basically are very affordable, 1% interest rate. This actually works better than any other institution. So I would encourage our members to continue patronizing the loans for all our benefits as we change lives together. So that said, Jacinta and your team, CIC team, we are happy to release you, and thank you for just being part of us. So members, without further ado, I would like to take this opportunity and invite our government representatives who are here, Madam Aremo, Dolphin Aremo, the Director of Cooperative Nairobi County, and Njoroge Mwangi, Sub-County Cooperative Officer Dagoretti, just to speak to us. But also to mention, if we have any more questions, we can just share them in the chat. They'll be responded to, even if not right now, but definitely the office will get back to us. Thank you very much. Karibu. Yeah. We'll start with Mr. Njoroge.
Thank you, and more so for this invitation relating to this members' education. My name is Njoroge Mwangi, the Sub-County Cooperatives Officer, Dagoretti Sub-County, and I'm glad that the leadership of this society ensures that every year we have members' education, and this is in relation to the fifth principle of cooperatives, and that is education, training, and information. We need members to get continuous information, because they say with information you can make the right decision. And this is why we need to ensure that members get this information. I believe you have, or you understand the other principles of cooperatives, which are 7, because in a cooperative society, members continuously join the society. Because principle number 1 talks about voluntary and open membership, meaning membership keeps on growing. In cooperatives, numbers matters. The bigger the number, the stronger the society. So that is why members' education every year is very key, because of the voluntary and open membership principle. Number 2 talks about democratic member control, that cooperatives are controlled democratically by members. And that is why we have general meetings where members come to exercise their democratic rights. So it's a right for members to attend, and also an obligation to attend a general meeting and also members' education. We need an informed general membership so that the society can be able to grow. Principle number 3 talks about economic participation by members. Members need to participate in the economic activities of the society, and the key economic activity being savings
and credit. Those are the key objectives of a SACCO, savings and credit. How do you save in the society and how do you take loans? That's why we have the minimum monthly contribution, where each member needs to contribute minimally. What amount of money are you expected to bring to the society on a monthly basis? I understand you are at, is it 5 or 3? 3,000. You should be at 5. You need to be at 5 because we need members to grow financially. That's why that minimum of 3,000, let's keep on increasing that amount because remember this is your money. So that minimum monthly contribution is in relation to the third principle, economic participation by members. As you save, you also take loans. These are the credits. So let's keep on ensuring that we save not just the minimum, but more than that. Number 4, it's autonomy and independence, that a cooperative society is independent. It's an autonomous organization. Then number 5, that's why we have members' education every year. Education, training, and information. Number 6, it's about cooperation among cooperatives. We need to cooperate with other cooperatives. The government wants to have a movement that is growing. We need to grow together. That's why the issue of cooperation. How do you need to understand what others are doing that you can be able to bring to your society so that the movement can be able to grow together. So that we don't have other societies are growing but nyinyi muko nyuma. Let's get to know what others are doing. That's why the 6th principle is very key. And lastly, number 7 is cooperation. It's concern for community in general, giving back to the community. But all in all, principle number 5 is very key. Education, training, and information, because we need members to get as much information as possible. We need members to know why they join the society, and also maybe the new members, even the old members, reminding them what is expected of them. Because the issue of finances, it's a key thing in a cooperative society. How you manage your finances. Because cooperatives are there to promote thrift. Thrift is good money management. So once you join a cooperative society and also a SACCO, you are provided with good money management. So how do you manage your finances? As CIC have indicated about how you manage your finances, what you expect, who will be at retirement, it's about managing your finances. The little that you earn, how do you manage it? Because remember, you have considered the minimum monthly contribution. It's about a decision that you make. How much do you save on a monthly basis? And as a member, you need also to take loans. So how do you make decisions on the loans that you take? I believe this society have so many products that members need to know. They need to make a decision, which product do you take? However much there may be so many products, but you need to choose amongst the many which one suits you. You don't have to take all the products. Take the one that suits you at any given time. So as a member, we need to ensure that you have to save and also take loans. And remember, as you take loans, they say that once funds are issued out, there is an element of risk. And that is why the leadership is very key in terms of risk management. And this is where guarantorship comes in, because the leadership have to ensure that the loan is properly guaranteed. Remember, as a member of a cooperative society, being just a member means that you need to be a good cooperator. How do you cooperate with other members? You have to be a good cooperator. And remember, as you take loans, there is the element of guarantorship. Where do you get these guarantors? It depends on how you relate with other members. Hence, you have to be a good cooperator. You have to relate well with others. Because if you don't, getting guarantors will be a challenge. So let us ensure that as we guarantee loans, because you are also guaranteeing other loans, as you guarantee loans, ensure that you guarantee persons whom you know. Ensure that you go through the form before appending your signature to that form. Because remember, as you append the signature, you are telling the society there is information you are giving to the society. That in case this member doesn't pay, it means that I'm ready to pay that loan. However much you never received even a shilling, but you are ready to repay the loan. And this is all because you are a good cooperator, and the person whom you are guaranteeing, you know it's also a good cooperator. So it's an issue of ensure, it's about trust, that I trust that you'll be able to repay the loan. That is why I am guaranteeing the society that in case of default, I am there. However much you may not be alone, there are 3 guarantors, 4 guarantors, depending on the amount of loan. So let us ensure that you have to be a good guarantor as you guarantee. But let's ensure that we go through the form. Don't just take the form and don't be a professional guarantor. Check what have been indicated in the form. Let all the information be there before you append the signature so that you can be sure. Just because in case of default, you are the person the society will come for. So we need to ensure that we don't have defaults in the society, because defaulting brings down the society. Remember, if you have defaulters, it's an element that can be able to bring down a society. So as a member, if you are actually a defaulter, you need to change your ways. Because remember, defaulters, it means that there is an amount of money that you are not bringing to the society, either the principal, the interest. And also remember, this being a non-withdrawable deposit-taking society, it's a society that is regulated by SASRA. And as you are aware that we have the regulations 2020, which have the element of that at the end of the year, the leadership have to ensure that all loans have to be categorized into 5 categories, depending on how members are repaying the loans. So that is why we need quality members. Once a loan is issued to a member, how do they repay that loan? Because if you have members who are not actually paying the loans as expected, as per the loan agreement form, it means you are increasing the cost to the society. So a defaulter increases cost to the society because provisioning have to be done. So let's ensure that you repay your loan. So at the end of the day, if you don't receive good interest on deposit, good dividend, it may be attributed by the defaulters because much of the funds may be going to the provisioning. Provisioning is only setting aside a certain amount of money as per the requirements of the regulations 2020. So let's ensure that we don't have defaulters, guarantee loans. The leadership will ensure that guarantors will be able to bear the burden, but it's not something that is good when the chair of the society is writing letters to a guarantor that you are expected to pay, let's say, for example, 400,000 that you guaranteed, and yet you received nothing. So, but that is the case because you actually signed the form that in case of default, you'll be there to repay the loan. So members, let's keep a check on that, the issue of guaranteeing others. And once you are guaranteed a loan, ensure that you repay that loan to the end. Sometimes maybe the job that you are in, you may not be sure what will happen tomorrow. Nowadays, you find that today you are working, but after 2 months, 3 months, maybe kazi imeisha. But does that mean that you don't repay the loan? Remember the persons who guaranteed you. Remember they have also maybe families, they have issues to cater for. But let us ensure that we don't transfer the burden of repaying the loan to the guarantors. Let's be good cooperators. And remember, as we continue with that, taking loans, savings in the society, there is an ultimate goal, and that is a comfortable retirement. You'll be able to have a comfortable retirement if you are a good saver, take loans, and concentrate on loans that can be able to ensure that you develop. Take loans that you can be able to do an investment. Because remember, every day you are nearing that retirement date. One day you have to retire. How will you retire? That is why the issue of decision making. How do you make decisions on the income that you get at the end of the month? So because life is about decisions, the actions that you take, but consequences will be able to follow you. Consequences may be forever. Because if you make a decision today, they say that decisions have consequences. And that is true. The decision that you make on that income, that is how much do you save? Is it only that minimum monthly contribution? That be enough to ensure that the future is better than today. So let's make the right decisions on the earnings that we get, take the right actions, then the consequences will be able to follow you. You'll have good consequences. You'll never regret. So as I conclude, members, They said that many people have either results or reasons. You need to decide today, what kind of a person are you? And all this depends on the decisions you make on your finances and the actions that you take. They are the ones that will be able to take you to either reasons or results. So decide today the kind of person that you want to be, one who delivers results, or always having reasons for not having results. Those are two things that you never lack. Do you have results? If not, then you will be having reasons. I couldn't manage to maybe have my own house because kamshahara kalikuwa kadogo, sijui mambo ilikuwa mingi. Let's not have reasons. Let's make the right decision so that we can be able to deliver results. So we need to be good members because we need to have the ultimate goal, a comfortable retirement. Having a comfortable retirement entails being a good cooperator, a good member, where you are saving appropriately, you take loans, and abide to the provisions of the Cooperative Societies Act, regulations, and more so the credit policy of the society. That you repay the loan as expected. Even if you lose your job, you still ensure that you repay that loan because you have that concern that you need to ensure that you are concerned about your guarantors. You do not overburden your guarantors by repaying on your behalf. So that is being a good cooperator, and ultimately will be having a comfortable retirement. So members, let me edit at that because I believe much information has been given. And I'll be able to usher in the director cooperatives so that she can be able to give us more information and more so relating to the operations of government. Thank you, members, and I believe as you leave this education day, you'll have something to take home. Asanteni.
Thank you very much, Njoroge. Thank you, Chair, and your board. Members, good afternoon. As you have heard, my name is Dolphin Aremo, the County Director of Cooperatives in Nairobi City County, where you are domiciled. Our role in the county is to register cooperatives, promote them, and grow them. In so doing, we ensure that the legislation is followed. We also ensure that you are trained, and we ensure that there is good corporate governance in the society. Coming to legislation, we are talking about the Cooperative Act. Since you are in SASRA, we also talk about Sacco Act. We are talking about regulations. We are talking about your own bylaws and policies. These are legal instruments that members need to acquaint themselves with. As we always say, ignorance is not a defense. So we are in the era of digital, so we expect members even to have these documents in their emails or access the website of the society. As a county, we have registered several cooperatives to the tune of 5,000. Majority of them are savings and credit like yourselves. But there are also other types of cooperatives, like housing, which we recently assisted you to register. I'll be speaking to it at some point. We have the PSV, the so-called Matatu Saccos, consumer, and many other cooperatives. These so-called Saccos are further divided into two. There are those that are under SASRA and those that are not. The ones under SASRA are either deposit taking, commonly known as DT, and the non-deposit taking like yourselves. And you are non-DT because you do not have a FOSA, but your deposits have grown to the tune of 100 million. In the whole country, the deposit-taking SACCOs are 176. Nairobi commands 47. The non-deposit-taking SACCOs, like yourselves, in the whole country are 185. Nairobi commands 135. So you can see the portfolio of cooperatives that Nairobi commands. Ideally, we command 60% of the portfolio of cooperatives in Kenya. Last year, we graduated 3 cooperatives from non-deposit taking to deposit taking status. I'm sharing this with you because I look forward to graduating you too. These were Umoja Wendani, which changed its name to United Winners. The other one was Muhasibu for the auditors, and the other one was Njiwa for NSIS. This year, about a month ago, I also launched one SACCO which graduated from non-DT to DT status, namely Kumbu Kumbu Sacco. Chairman, I look forward because I know you have what it takes to be a DT. There are lots of benefits in being a DT because it will be a one-stop shop where we can access bankers' checks, we can be able to take instant loans, we can be able to encash, and many other things. Chairman, let me mention something about the housing cooperative that we assisted you to register. As I've mentioned, one of our roles is to register cooperatives. And you looked upon us to assist you do the same, and we succeeded. It is now you to come back to us and give us a report on what you have done with this housing cooperative. The objective of a housing cooperative is to assist members have shelter, not to be a land buying company. Because when I do an inspection in the SACCOs, and yours included, you'll realize that you have given out loans to the tunes of millions. But if you do M and E, you'll find that some of those members who have been receiving millions are also still paying rent. Then you ask yourself, where is this money going? Because our desire is not to have professional tenants. And that is why, in your wisdom, you requested us to register housing cooperative. I encourage members to join where they can take loans from the SACCO and be able to acquire at least something through the housing cooperative. Because when you do it alone, it's normally very tedious and expensive. But when you come together, you can easily acquire a piece of land, subdivide, and then you are able to put up something as an individual. Chairman, allow me to share with you a few developments in the cooperative sector. We have the review of the Cooperative Act. It has gone through the Assembly very well. It is now before the Senate. We had expected to get this document before Shirika Day, but it was not possible. Under the leadership of our CS, FCPA, Dr. Paranya, we are very optimistic that we'll be able to get this document soon. As a member, you have a right and an obligation to get to know what is in that document. This time we didn't call people to a stadium or to a hall. We have become digital, so we expected members to be able to access this document through the website of the Senate. Simply because there are a few contentious issues there. One of them that I hear being talked about most is a term limit of leadership. There is a proposal that there should be a maximum term. But we wanted to engage the cooperators to tell us to what extent do you like this proposal or otherwise. And if so, then what term should we be talking about? Is it the papers 1 term, or 2 terms, or 3 terms? And then if it is a term should comprise how many years? The other day the PS was saying, even if you tell us that a term comprises 50 years, we'll give you 2 terms of 50 years each. You now see why we needed you to participate in that document, so that we get our views and get a fine document. The essence of reviewing the Act basically is to improve on corporate governance. Because one of the challenges that we face in the cooperative movement, one has been mentioned by Njoroge, default. The other one is bad governance. Occasionally you'll hear about a SACCO that has gone down. And we always say that a SACCO will go as far as its leadership will take it. And that is why as members in the general meetings, we expect you to participate, be able to exercise your rights. One of your rights are voting rights, so that the leadership that you give us takes care of your finances. And I want to appreciate this society. Where I sit from my office, I handle disputes on a daily basis. But Chairman, I have not seen your members coming to our offices that I applied for a loan and have not been given, that I have applied to be refunded my deposits and have not been given. But I know of a few cases of default, and there is a matter before me from this society where somebody just decided to walk away, go to another organization with members' funds. Ideally, you don't expect a guarantor to suffer. When you are guaranteed, that person is simply saying, yes, he'll be able to pay if you don't. But it is not fair to frustrate somebody to pay for you alone. And that is why as a government, we work very closely with the other arms of the government. And it is worse, Chair, if it happens to be a staff. Because if it happens to be a staff, then the likelihood of you getting a job in any other SACCO is very limited. Because again, you have to be cleared by the authorities that are concerned. In that cooperative bill, we are also giving an opportunity to SACCOs to have a platform where they will share services. For example, the IT, which is a challenge to most SACCOs, that can be done. Again, you will be able to share data and also be able to access Deposit Guarantee Fund, which in the Act, if you look at, has been there but not executed. So that is one of the areas in that document. I would encourage us to look through that document and read. Mr. Chairman, this year was declared the International Year of Cooperatives by the United Convention. Now, we celebrated Ushirika Day on the 12th of July. What we are asking ourselves, we have achieved so much as a cooperative sector. In Nairobi County alone, I have mobilized 640 billion in terms of total assets. We have 77 billionaires. We have a membership of 2.6 million. The question is, we are talking about high figures, but what are our members celebrating? This becomes a personal question, which members need to ask themselves. Because when I come here, I'll get people who have taken loans. But sometimes, loan inakunywa maji. Because a member anachukua loan, hajaiwakia mpango, then the loan inampanga. Then such a member becomes so cruel even in the AGM. He bored. The board has given you an opportunity. You have been given a loan. Now you should also be in charge of your own destiny. So we urge you members, kindly assist us to assist you by planning for your loans and making good use of them. Finally, Chair, recently the Commission of Cooperatives released a circular that was advising all cooperatives with a membership of 5,000 and above to go to a delegate system. The minimum number of delegates being 150, the maximum being 500. So cooperatives wanaweza kuchezea hapo katikati. We are in the process of doing sensitization. The cooperatives that are affected are expected to amend their bylaws so that they are also able to map their zones and elect delegates. I know some have complained to us and said that now we are in the era of virtual meetings. We can handle our meetings with our members who are outside the country. But you also realize that with 5,000 members, you can't give everybody an opportunity to talk. And our experience with such cooperatives is that sometimes we meet the whole day and get into the night and finish meetings at midnight. You and I will agree that such meetings may at some point not be effective. And that is why in the wisdom of the commissioner, he released that circular. So we are doing sensitization. Delegate system is a good thing. I know you are not yet there, but it is good to start preparing ourselves because we see this society with a lot of potential in growth. So with those remarks, thank you, Chair, for giving us this opportunity. Members, we want to encourage you to patronize the organization. The housing cooperative has been registered. We expect it to be proactive, and it can only be proactive with your participation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mwangi and Wanajoroge and Madam Aremo. And maybe just to remind very quickly, I don't know if you have any take-homes, but I think I'll just repeat, maybe we share the same. But when Wanajoroge reminded us of the 7, the cooperative principles, and they're very critical. And education, that is what we are doing today, just to remind us, and we invite other stakeholders just to partner with us and talk to us. But I think the bigger take-home for me is that results, I've written results versus reasons. So I think for all of us, maybe we need to ask, what do we want? Which side do we want to play at? Madam Aremo has reminded us of her role and what the county and the government at large is supporting the SACCOs do. But also she is reminding us of the housing SACCO, which actually they really came in handy in helping us to start it off. But then the onus is up to us members to decide what we do. And I like the fact that she emphasizes that, do we have shelter? And I think that's also something very important that we need to look at. And on matters, just the new developments. And in this digital era, I believe we have access to just to see to look at this. Take time, please, members, and look at this new act and see where we can put a voice before it is signed off. And that said also, then we also, I think for me, I've also seen that she envisions that we grow. And I think growth is what we are all looking at. Can we graduate? Can we set targets? And with all of us helping each other, then one time very soon, we hope to grow from a non-withdrawable deposit-taking Sacco to one where we are able to have that just one-stop shop for all of us. Then it becomes easier. And as she closes, then she says that even as we grow, then we want to start looking at the delegate system. But that also has to do with growth. And it is very important. And for me also, what I take home is, even as we celebrate the International Year of Cooperatives, and I think every discussion, I want to ask myself, what have I taken? And from Madame Aremo then, as the world celebrates, what are you celebrating as a member? And I think that should kickstart the conversation of, are we saving? Are we paying our loans? Are we growing together and changing lives? So that's it. Then we really appreciate Madame Aremo for your time, for coming to be with us, and Bwana Joroge also for making time this afternoon. So honorable members, I think we have sort of come towards the end of our presentation of our agenda. And we'll invite us to the next session, just if we have any questions, and we can answer very quickly as we go towards closure. So I'll invite Faith just to share with us the questions that we have. We respond to very quickly, and then we close. Asanteni. Faith, to you.
Okay, thank you. I'll pick from where we left. I will start with Chris. Chris, sorry, I can see you're complaining that you're not reading your question. So the question is, the chair said you have the dollar account and not seriously inactive, hoping majority are locally, which is fine. Some inclusive like me are abroad. What's the plan with such members? That is our first question. He's asking about our dollar account. The second one, can one pay 5K and pay the other 10,000 later, or it's a must be paid one-off? That's about housing. Then the last question is from Peter. So once we have registered Housing Sacco, it means our monthly savings will be twice. That is our last question. Thank you.
Thank you very much, members, for the questions. And the one on the dollar account, I will invite the Secretariat to respond. And the one on the housing, I will invite the chair in that order. Then the chair can crown it. So thank you. Just hold on.
Thank you, Chris, for your question on the dollar account. The dollar account is active. It's not dormant. And now that you are abroad and you'd like maybe to send your remittances in dollars, what you need to do is just to get in touch with us. We'll give you the bank account details. Then you can be able to make your remittance and communicate the same to us. so that we can account for it accordingly. So the dollar account is active, it's not dormant.
All right, I'll take the second question, and I think the third one as well. Regarding the registration, the COP housing, the registration fee, as indicated, is 5,000 shillings. It is a once-off payment for you to be a full member of COP housing. But there is the 10,000 shillings we spoke about, which is the share, and this can be spread. You don't have to pay the whole of it. It can be spread even 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, like that. You can pay over time for you to have, the share capital. So it needs to be understood like that. Then there is the second issue asked by the other matter about the COP housing as well by Peter. The monthly saving, when we talk about COP housing, this is a different entity from Concord Sacco. So you save with Concord Sacco for the purpose of savings and also taking loans. With COP housing, you will be saving towards, once you become a member, you will be saving towards acquiring property, which is preferably a house, or even you can buy land and develop the same. So you will be saving, yes, to the two entities, Concord Sacco, which is for savings and also taking loans, and also COP housing to acquire property. Thank you very much. I hope that is clear. In that light, unless there are any other questions, I would like also to take this opportunity to appreciate the Director of Cooperatives, Dolphin Aremo, and Mr. Njoroge for having also highlighted a couple of issues in this session of education. The issue of the change of regulation. There is a challenge to the board. There is a challenge to the members, where as a member you've got a responsibility. Please take that challenge. You need to save, and you also need to take loans and pay them regularly. For us as a leadership, as a SACCO, we will take the SACCO where it is meant to be. And we look forward to moving from non-DT to DT. So we will work towards growing the SACCO. Thank you very much. Unless there are any more questions, Faith?
The other question is from Amazing. How much is the housing registration and share amount? How much are we supposed to contribute monthly? Does it mean that we'll contribute twice per month? That is for housing and the savings. Then Rahab, can a chama join the SACCO as a group? Then we have another question from Anita. What will be the minimum monthly contribution with the housing cooperative? Then Rahab again. Does junior account earn interest?
Thank you very much for the questions from Amazing Rahab and Anita. I'll invite the office to respond.
Okay, thank you, Rahab. The question on registration. For the housing, registration fees is 5,000 shillings. And share capital is 10,000. As the chair explained, you don't have to pay the 10,000 at once. If you don't have, you can spread it over a few months. Then the other question from Rahab was about paying twice, contributions twice. Not necessarily, because if you don't join housing, you will not be required to make any contributions to housing. But if you, in case you join housing, then you will be supposed to contribute in housing as well. So that means you will be paying at Concord Sacco and also to housing, but these are different entities. After the first AGM, the Concord Housing will have its own board of directors who are distinct from Concord Sacco board of directors. So the contributions should not be looked like two contributions. It is you're contributing to two different entities. Yeah, so there will be what you're contributing to housing as a member of housing and to the Concord Sacco as a member of Concord Sacco. Those are separate contributions, not two. Then Anita asked if Chama can be a member of Concord Sacco. We don't have a corporate membership as we speak. So currently membership is open to individuals. Then junior account, if Anita asked if junior accounts earn interest. Yes, they do earn interest, just like the non-withdrawable deposits earn interest. Thank you.
Just a small addition, and also in relation to the housing. The Housing Society was registered, and here members calling it Housing Sacco. It's not a Housing Sacco, it's a different entity, and you have a difference between a Sacco and a housing. So a Sacco is Savings and Credit Cooperative Society, but on the other side, a housing is just a housing cooperative society. The two have different objectives. A Sacco is members to save and get loans, as was indicated, but for a housing is where you save so that you can be able to acquire a property, either a land or maybe a house which maybe the society can be able to undertake. So for members, let's ensure that we join this housing cooperative society. In terms of the monthly contribution, as a member have indicated, we will soon be having a meeting known as First General Meeting, of which I understand it has been organized. We'll be having a meeting for the persons who will have registered to be members by paying the entrance fee and maybe have started paying for the share capital. So that you qualify to come for that meeting, you must have paid the entrance fee and have started doing the share contribution, the minimum share capital, whatever amount that you can contribute, but you have started doing the payment for the share capital. Those are the members we expect to come during that first general meeting. So let's start together. Enroll yourself, join the Housing Cooperative Society so that we don't become the professional tenants, as was indicated by the director. This is where now you'll be able to shift from being a tenant to either a landlord or a homeowner, because you'll have somewhere that you can be able to say, this is a portion of land I have bought through a cooperative society. There are so many benefits for coming together as a housing cooperative society. The plots, the lands that you'll be able to get will be at a price that may be better than the commercial rates, the rates that are offered by the market. So let's all join hands in this housing cooperative society. As I indicated, numbers matters. If you have a big number in the housing, you'll be able to undertake different projects within a short period of time. I encourage you to join before the date of the first general meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bwana Njoroge, for that clarification. And I think there's one question that was not responded to is on minimum contribution. And as Njoroge correctly said, the paid up members will have signed up for the housing, will be invited to the general meeting, the first one. And then that is when this, it will be determined how much will be contributed on a monthly basis for the purposes of the housing investment. So that has not yet been determined. I think that was asked by Anita. That has not yet been determined. It shall be determined after the first meeting, after the ground has been laid on how to proceed on matters housing. So without further ado, then I think we have come to the end, and I will invite maybe the chair if he has any AOB for us, and then we go to vote of thanks, and then we close. Thank you very much, and thank you again, once again, Madam Aremo and Mr. Njoroge for gracing our Education Day this September 6, 2025. Thank you.
Mine is just to, in one sentence, to say that Concord Sacco, changing lives. As a member of Concord Sacco, how could you like your life to be changed by Concord? That is the question I leave you out of this, with you out of this Education Day. Thank you very much, and thank you, Madam Chair of Education. Thank you very much, Madam Aremo, for making it here, and the whole membership for participating in this Education Day. Thank you.
Thank you, members from the Education Committee. We are very grateful and just for making time. So now I will invite Fred, who is a member of the Education Committee, to give us a vote of thanks, and followed by Elijah to pray for us, and then we wrap it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Patricia, and thank you, members. I just feel I giving a vote of thanks. It is respectful that I stand and give a vote of thanks. So today is a great day among the days in our Concord calendar, Education Day, and I want to say thank you very much. We've learned quite a bit, and as the saying goes, that knowledge is power. I want to believe that we have gained knowledge, and ignorance has no defense. We've also learned about planning, and definitely if you failed to plan, you planned to fail. We've learned about investments, savings, and all that, and I want to believe we'll take that home and assist us to grow for the future. I want just to recite a Bible verse, Proverbs 13:22, that says, "A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children." So I just want to challenge all of us. Have we invested enough? Have we saved enough to leave an inheritance for our children's children? Thank you, finally, to my single duty to say thank you to all of you. And I want to start by giving a big thank you to our Almighty God for giving us health this day and allowing us to grace this very important occasion. I also want to say a big thank you to our service providers, our media team. Thank you very much for your support. I also want to give a big thank you to Concord Sacco staff, led by our CEO, Asanteni Sana. Thank you for planning, and thank you for making this day a success. I also want to say a big thank you to CIC and the presentation. Thank you. We have learned quite a bit from your presentation, and I hope you can share the presentation to us so that we can refer to it in future. I also want to thank the board members for steering this Concord Sacco to where it is. Board members who are present and those who are not present, I want to say thank you, and thank you very much. I also want to give a big thank you to Mr. Njoroge and Madam Aremo. Asanteni Sana. Thank you not only for your attendance, but also for your support and also for educating us. We've also learned quite a bit from you. Asanteni Sana. Lastly, and not the least, I want to say a big thank you to you members. You are the reason for us. You are the reason for our success. You are the reason why this day has been a success. You are the reason why Concord Sacco is where it is. So you members, you actually form the Concord Sacco family. So I want to say, Asanteni Sana members, thank you so very much, and continue being the great members of Concord that you are. Without much ado, I say thank you, and I believe this day has been a success, and God bless you all. Asanteni.
Thank you. I think it is time to thank God after such a wonderful session. And I think I would request for us that are in this room, as we honor God, let's stand and let's pray. Our good and gracious Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for such a wonderful day. We purposed as a circle that on such a day we would have this education day. And Father, you have made it possible for this afternoon, for those who are here in this room and the others, the other members who are participating from various places. We want to thank you because, Father, you are the one who has allowed it by giving us life, Father, and we want to thank you. We also want to thank you, Father, for all the our guests who are in this session, our government officials, our partners, Jehovah Lord, the staff members, the board members, Jehovah. We want to thank you for allowing this to happen. Now, Father, all we can ask, Father, is that you are the one, as you've told us in your word, you are the one who gives us the power to profit. Father, all we ask is that as we continue with our businesses or the jobs that we do, Father, that we shall succeed. And out of it, Father, we'll have something that we can come and bring to the circle and benefit out of it, Father, so that our lives can change for the better. Now help us now as we depart, Father, and as we finish up the weekend and we start the new week. Jehovah, may you be with us. And for we have prayed all this, trusting and believing in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Thank you, members. Have a good evening.